Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to another stream. We are now officially in the month of June, and we already have our first loss. Amazing. It happens just that quick. Anyways, you can see we have the USD non-farm employment change coming up at 5:15. Unemployment news at 5:30, and then the manufacturing PMI at 7, so lots of US dollar news. So we did have a couple limits, we took them out, limit orders, we did take them out. We're just gonna let the market settle before we re-implement them. Just thinking we could probably get a better price for them, so it might just blow right past our entries. Let's get into it. Let's start off with AUDCAD as always. We have quite the descending level of price action. Prices reach this sort of drop point down here. There's still plenty of room to the downside before any major resistance, or sorry, support. Major support would probably be here down at 873, and then again here at 86. 5 minute. Okay, we've moved back up to this level of market structure. Whether or not price breaks up, continues to the upside, or continues back down, we're not sure. Just looking to our watch list, we see the Australian dollar is actually is doing quite well across the board. Not super well, but anywhere between 0.2 and yeah, it seems to be up between 0.2 and 0.4%. So just on daily momentum wise, we'd say the Australian dollar is doing pretty well. Let's move up to AUDSU. So this was one of the sells. This is the sell we had taken. We had gotten in here at, there we go. Yeah. So it was a bit of a break and retest. Broke the trend line, retested this high, multiple levels of resistance here. Went for the sell. 10 pip stop loss, 30 pip take profit. Ended up hitting, kind of went down. Let's see. Ended up hitting 1.5 R, but stayed in the trade. Went up, knocked us out, came back down, and it looks like he's going back up. So that was that trade. Otherwise, if you look at it from a more fresher perspective, we can see prices broken this level, has retested this bottom part down here. Could be a bit of a break and retest for a continuation to the upside. But again, price is on a very strong downtrend. So this would be a quick, if you're looking to get into a buy, a very quick reversal play. Alright, AUDJPY had broken this previous level of support. This was also a losing trade from 2 days ago, unfortunately. Yeah. Was anticipating price to hit this support level here and to continue up. It just kind of just barely knocked me out at, well, that's not true. It came down and it started to come back up. So we're just sort of monitoring the trade now, seeing where it ends up. AUDNZD continues to move higher toward these highs. Again, we're just sort of monitoring. Don't anticipate much here. AUDU. Continues on this downward path direction. price action looks a little choppy. You do kind of have some lower lows, lower low here, 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 lower highs here, 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 here. But I'm not necessarily seeing any great areas of price action where we can probably get into like a nice position for a sell. So we're just going to kind of ignore it for now. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. Alright. Next one, CADCHF. Similarly, we've just got a lot of sideways price action. Not anticipating much here. I guess non-farm payrolls come out better than expected. Let's see what the trend is like. Wow. Okay, so it's been better than expected for a while now. Or positive, or for a while. Interesting. Anyways, we're just gonna continue on. CADJPY, continuing this nice uptrend. We got knocked out of 2 of our JPY trades. We were a little nervous to get into a third, so we were knocked out of this CHF JPY trade up here. Originally, we were looking at anticipating taking a CADJPY trade last week. Didn't end up taking it. Still monitoring the JPY to the upside. Euro AUD. Oh. We have this double top here. We have these higher lows down here. It's a bit price action's not looking the best, so we're probably just gonna leave them. Same with EURCAD. Nice little breakout down here. EURCHF kind of missed the opportunity yesterday at 7. I think I would have liked to actually take this trade at 975. Not sure where I would have placed the stops. Oh, that's a fib. There we go. Likely above the highs here, aiming for a 2-to-1, so I'd probably at a 2-to-1 would have been knocked out. At a 3-to-1 that would have still been in the trade. So who knows? EURJPY was previously in this nice ascending price action, is starting to break the trend and start to come down a little. Just not too sure about the yen pairs right now. A lot of them are very, very overbought, but they're still very bullish, so it's difficult to figure out which way to go with them. EURGBP, this was one of the more recent wins. I did not make a 5-hour return on this trade. I actually made 2-hour, but monitoring for potential. I usually send or continue to follow trades until they either hit stop loss or hit 5-hour, just to see what different sort of trade management rules and take profit rules would be better for my interests. EURNZD, nice bounce here, continue a little higher again. Not super keen on taking this trade yet, just letting it form. EUROUSD, not a bad opportunity. Still in this downward price action channel, looking to continue lower. AUD at some very recent highs right now. Hasn't been up here since February 2022, August 21st. You had this huge rip back here, and then this huge one back in 2015, or is it 20? Yeah, 2015. Then COVID here, so this could be spelling time for a reversal on this. I can see why price shot up here and then again here, but I can't imagine they necessarily want to keep price action super, or the price of the pound sterling super high, but we'll see. Don't necessarily just want to get into a blind sell. GBPCAD, price at this level is rejecting again. This was one of our sells that we were looking to get into, GBPCHF. Yeah, we have unemployment claims coming up soon. I think I'd rather just wait for those before getting in. This is the sort of setup right here. So we have this sort of descending descending triangle here with multiple tops at this level, as well as some trendline support. Just cookie cutter stuff. Stops are above these highs at about 100 pips. Doesn't necessarily need to be that high. It could be a little lower if you just don't expect price to break out above here, and then take profits down here at this level of support. Could be a little higher just to be safer. There's some support down here at 1.11 as opposed to 1.105. So right up here. Yeah, stops and take profits can be played with, but this is sort of the entry we're looking at for GBPCHF. GJ, nice little bounce off this level, continued higher. This was probably the yen pair I should have got into instead of messing with the Swissy or the Australian dollar. GJ was the strongest of all the yen pairs the day I took the other two trades, so I was seeing a lot of weakness. Thought I would buy the dip. Should have bought the dip on the stronger of the pairs as opposed to the weaker of the pairs. But that's an opportunity to keep on learning. Anyways, GBPNZD, similar to GBPAUD, we have these highs here at about 205. Price is broken up above these highs. Price typically does not meander, has not gone above sort of 2.1 level except for here and here. And I'm relatively sure 2015 was a significant year for some sort of fundamental event, just like COVID was for 2020. But yeah, looking to possibly get into a sell up here. TU starting to break out above. The British pound pairs had a lot of strength and bullishness recently, so kind of waiting for it to break this trend and to start setting up on market structure wise to get into a buy. NZDCAD, again, not much of a great opportunity to get into a buy. He's breaking down below this trend line, was looking left to see if there's any good levels here that might be a good support level for it to bounce on an overextended play. And this is the only line I can come up with, but I'm not super happy with it, so I don't necessarily know I want to get into the buy there. Let's see, what do we got? 3 minutes and 30 seconds. NZDCHF. Not much here. Break down below this level. We're just continuing to monitor. NZDJ, similarly, just looking to monitor. NZDU. Good morning. NZDUSD. Jeez. Hey. Sorry, dog's out of the bedroom. So his girlfriend taking a little break to pet the dog. You guys could see my dog, but I'm not moving my laptop. Yes, I use a laptop to stream. I know that's pretty basic. That's probably why the quality of the video and the stream quality are so bad. So let's see if we can do this left-handed. NZDUSD again, probably waiting for price to come come back up and break back down again a few times before we get in. We just want to see some price action set up, some good levels of resistance, and for a good trend line to form. USDCAD. We've got this triple top here. We were originally looking to get into a buy. Price just didn't come down to our level. I think our buy was somewhere, actually right around here, 1.355. Obviously not going to buy now that price is rejected at this level and failed to create a newer high. USDCHF. Similarly, we were looking to get into a buy right here at like roughly 0.9. And price did not come down to that level and ended up at lowest coming within, I don't know, 10-12 pips and then shot up. So unfortunately missed out on those two trades. That's okay, there's always another opportunity in the market. Let's take a look at J. I forgot my laptop has its own mouse tracker pad. I don't have to use my mouse. UJ. Could be looking to get into a buy here as price comes down to 138. Sort of a break and retest. Some trendline support, but it's not the most ideal. There's still so much bottom potential to the downside. Yeah, I think we just leave it. US 30. Continuing in this channel. US 100 starting to come back down after that large breakout. US 500 pretty similar. And gold. Don't know what gold's doing. Quite the move yesterday after the jolts. Price did come down, but it's come back up. And there we go. That's USD. That's the news. What do we have? Oh, pretty similar. So not much. Okay. Alright, that's it for the stream today. Thank you for tuning in. Just a little recap. We are looking to trade GBPCHF on the downside, right about here. We are looking at sell GBPNZD up around here, 2.08. And unfortunately took a loss already in June on AUDCHF, right here. Yeah, not really monitoring any other trades outside of GBPCHF and GBPNZD. Some good potentials, possibly USDJPY to the upside. And GBPAUD to the downside. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Any sort of education for the end of this session? Yeah, I think I've already talked about this, but hypothetical exits. A lot of people try to really time their entrances, you know? They try to get in at the exact moment the market's going to move, and they give themselves a little space with stop losses, and that's fair. I think we've already talked about it. Let's just say I actually got out at 5R here. The quickest way to make this into a 10R trade is to have turned my stop loss into 120 pips. And boom, got a 10R trade, just like that. Right? That's definitely one way to do it. Another way to do it is just to take a bunch of 2R trades and then see what happens if you hypothetically would have taken them as a 3R trade, and then see what happens if you would have hypothetically taken them as a 4R trade. See what happens if you would have taken them as a hypothetical 5R trade, and then document it all, and then calculate it and get the numbers at the end. So for example, if you take a bunch of 2R trades and you end up with, I don't know, let's just say 16R at the end of the month, and then you say, okay, what would have happened if I took a bunch of 3R trades? And then you see, oh, well, I would have actually made 20R at the end of the month. What happens if I take a bunch of 4R trades? Oh, I would have taken 21R at the end of the month. What happens if I take a bunch of 5R trades? Oh, it's back to 3R, just because, maybe 13R. Because the 5R trades tend to not match up properly. And this is all assuming that you either go to the full distance or to your stop loss, and you don't manage your risk along the way. But always a lot of opportunity to see where you can improve on entrance or exits, just as much there are on entrances. Wow, I cannot speak. Anyways, thanks for attending. I will catch you on tomorrow's stream. See ya.